And welcome from that beautiful rendition of Fly Me to the Moon. Of course, this is your episode of The Untold, a very, very special episode because for this season of The Untold, this is the first time we've had an actual musician on the show. He was kind enough to share with us Fly Me to the Moon on the Spanish guitar. Mohammad Alghareeb, I'd like to welcome you on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And for those who know you as a guitarist, I would say, how would you describe yourself beyond the music first?
Well, I'm just a simple person. I love music, love to travel.
Yeah,
I love adventure.
yeah.
Love to, see new culture. So that's me.
Yeah, and honestly, you said that you love to travel, and I could tell from your talks with our editor, our producer,
Yeah.
you said that you played flamenco, played bossa nova, and these are
Exactly.
all in very, locations, right?
Exactly. Well, each country have their own culture and their own music. For example, the flamenco
Yeah,
from Spain, and bossa nova from Brazil, bossa nova, samba. So there's a different style of music
yeah.
I like to play.
And so, do you remember, let's go back all the way to the beginning. Do you remember the first time you got into this, being a musician?
Well, actually, I, I I used to hear many songs with a guitar,
Yeah,
English song, Arabic song, classical, flamenco, and then I saw one of my friends he played the guitar. So I asked him, and he told me you should buy a guitar. So I bought Yamaha guitar,
yeah.
was my first guitar there, and then I tried to look and buy flamenco guitars, and you know,
And
I
then you had a very,
actually, yeah, I'm a collector. I have like maybe 30,
mashallah. Yeah,
33 guitars, something
yeah.
like that.
I think for a lot of people who are listening now, it's like 30 guitar. What could you possibly use? But for someone who plays music, you can actually tell the difference between each and every one guitar, right? Because the wood makes a difference, the
Exactly,
fretboard makes a difference,
exactly,
the kind of strings.
exactly. People don't know that. For example, if you buy a cheap guitar, of course, you can play it, but
Yeah,
you will not, you can't play good the sound and many things. But if you have a special, a good guitar, it will help you,
yeah.
for everything, the sound, the technique, and
Yeah, and I think for being in Kuwait, obviously, I think the first question that anyone's going to ask is that why the guitar instead of the oud, right? Because I know most people gravitate towards oud.
well, the idea from the guitar came from the oud actually.
Yeah,
They built the guitar, but what can I say? It depends. For me, I really love the guitar. I love the sound. So this is my advice. If anyone wants to learn an instrument, he has to love it first,
yeah.
and then he can study the instrument and play it.
And for you specifically, at what point did you start loving the guitar?
Well, because I hear many songs, in Arabic, English, flamenco,
Yeah,
and so because the guitar maybe it have a chords, you can play many techniques solo.
yeah,
But the oud, it have some chords, but not like the guitar or the piano. I think this is the most main two instruments with qanun, I think.
yeah,
They have many chords, but the other instrument, they don't have it.
yeah. And
You know,
honestly, even flamenco, for a lot of people, I was just asking about, why guitar instead of oud. For a lot of people who don't know, flamenco actually originated from Arabs who were in Spain.
exactly,
Like even the word itself is fallah minkum, because it
exactly,
was, when the Arab gypsies were playing, the sophisticated Spanish were like, oh, they're playing that kind of music again.
exactly.
And that's the origins of the flamenco.
Exactly. Flamenco is like Arabic, and
Yeah,
we have the maqam in
yeah,
oud. We have it also on the flamenco, the guitar, the siats. We have there's many common with the Arabic, and in the Spanish
yeah.
flamenco style. Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, for someone who studies a lot of scales and everything, if you take the maqams and
yeah,
then you can basically find them in all scales of English. It's just different wordings and the keynote is different, but all the notes
exactly,
are the same.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's only the name different. In English, you will find it different, but it's
Yeah.
the same exactly.
And I want to ask you,
Yeah.
the first time you got into the guitar, how, like from a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say it was difficult? How would you rate it?
Well, it was so difficult actually. When I tried to, when I hold the chords and the guitar, it's
Yeah.
not easy because the strings of the guitar, it's so hard. It's not like the oud.
Yeah.
So if you want, you need to have, you have to practice. It's not really easy. So I used to play like maybe 5 minutes a day, 3 minutes, and then I leave it. I can't.
Yeah.
But after time, no. you can play it
Yeah,
for
I
a long
think
time.
that's something deceiving about the guitar is that it's a very hard instrument to get into.
Exactly.
You know, even the first time you get into, your fingers hurt for like weeks.
Exactly.
And
Sometimes, like my finger here, I can't feel the meat. It's
yeah,
like died already,
because yeah, because
Yeah. Well, actually, I say like this. I have some friends. They play the oud, and when they try to play the guitar, it's hard for them
yeah,
because the tension of the strings is so hard.
yeah,
It's more harder than the oud. But as I said, if you love it, you need to be a patient and like you need to wait for a time, and then
yeah.
you can play it.
Yeah, honestly, once you go past the first steps of learning scales, learning the first chords, the hand position, once you find, I mean, even if once you get learning how to play Happy Birthday on the guitar, it
Exactly.
feels so, you feel so happy about it.
Well, actually, I used to give classes for the guitar here in
Yeah,
Kuwait. So this was my first lesson for the student. Happy birthday, Pink Panther,
yeah.
something easy. So I used to give them only a solo, and after that I mix the solo with the chorus together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the people they have to play something easy, and then they can be more.
yeah.
They are more harder things like that.
Yeah, I think one of my friends got he does play piano, so he knows all the notes and everything. And then he says, "Oh, the guitar can't be that hard. You have all the fret notes and everything." And then he bought the guitar, and then when he saw the notes, he was like, "Oh, the E sharp is on so many different locations." I'm like, "Yeah, you join the
Exactly.
club.
Exactly.
It's all over the place."
Exactly. The
Yeah,
piano they have, but I have to say, when you try to learn an instrument, it's like you have to understand because some people they wanted to learn the music,
yeah,
they get it only by the name, like this is C, this is D, but there's a meaning why we call it this name. So it's like a level, you have to begin like a beginner, slowly, then and should be you should have a good teacher that he
yeah.
can show you the things.
Yeah, and speaking of good teachers,
Yeah.
because you have or know so many different playing styles, like what drives your motivation to keep on, expanding your musical vocabulary?
Well, actually, I like to play a different styles because not only me, all the musician. Because when you play the instrument for a long time, sometimes you get bored when you play just one style, classic or just
Yeah,
flamenco. You have to change, even for the mind or even for the ears, you have to play a new style. It will teach you
yeah.
something new for the
Yeah, and
music.
honestly, that's the thing about guitar that is so, I wouldn't say boring, but it kind of, kills the drive after a second because I was trying to learn techniques, and one of the techniques is called tremolo.
Terminal,
And
yeah,
I've been trying to learn that, it was daily practices for more than 2 years now. And, it gets to the point where you have to just turn your brain off and just learn the technique and just go. And for a lot of people, that's so hard to do.
well, exactly. I think that happened for me. When I start to play the flamenco, it's not easy style.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
It's one of the most difficult styles,
Yeah.
I would say.
So I tried to buy a books online and some DVDs. I play little, but I need someone to teach me. So
Yeah.
that's why I went to Spain, my teacher on Macareno, and he showed me the technique, he showed me the things, how to play better, how to play clean and everything.
Yeah.
So you need someone to, like a support to help you
Yeah,
play it.
honestly, because you did mention flamenco, and I
Yeah,
know in flamenco they have something called compas, and you can learn that by yourself. You have to have a teacher that's gonna be like, oh, because you
exactly.
can do all the right hand movements, but they're not gonna be on time. They're not gonna be accurate.
Exactly. As I say, now these days, actually, the new people who they try to learn the flamenco or the style, the new generation, they go to the YouTube, they go to, that's nice, but if you want to learn the root of the flamenco,
Yeah,
you have to find a good teacher and you have to be in Spain. Because to play the combos is not only to play the music from a musician, you have to play only the rhythm
yeah,
and you have to play, for example, a singer or a dancer in Spain. This will teach you how to play flamenco. Like my teacher used to teach me, and he have a tablao, a restaurant in Spain, and I used to play with him, with the singers, and that helped me a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of your, teacher, and obviously you did mention the restaurant where I imagine after you got really good at it, he would make you play for the customers, right? Or is that not?
Well, I used to play with him for some times,
Yeah,
and sometimes I watch him how to play, so I can learn and
yeah,
see how he play, and I count with him. So I think that's so important.
Yeah, and how has, the first times you actually performed in front of people, how did that come along?
Well, actually, the first time I went to Spain to perform and with my teacher, he teach me like maybe 3 4 days technique, and he showed me some chords, and he told me today we're gonna play in the restaurant. And I was really shy because first time I go to the stage. But he told me just watch me how I play and try to do like me, and that helped me. Yeah.
Yeah, having someone there to give you a motivational boost is
Exactly.
very
Yeah.
essential.
Exactly. This
Yeah,
is so important. You need to have someone give you motivation and help you
yeah,
for everything. Yeah, that's so important.
yeah. And so from playing, in the Khaliji scene and from playing on the international scene, how do you say the two compare to each other or stand with each other?
Well, like I play some song in Khaliji Arabic songs. It teach me like many things, the maqam and how to, you know, with the other styles, but as I say, you have to learn every style.
Yeah,
You have to try and see what's the difference. There, for example, there's many singers here, Khaliji from Kuwait or other country. I try to play their song to see how they sing and where they go exactly with it. So that helps a lot.
yeah. And is there like a lot of difference in playing the, Arabic repertoire or the Western one, or
Well,
at some point they kind
yes,
of bend into each
yes,
other?
there's a difference actually. In the Arabic style, we have sometimes to use we call it Arab
Yeah.
chords when he change or something. But the other Western style, I don't see flamenco like pop music. They play that like the normal chords. They don't change the maqam and go to another,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. So that's the difference.
So, because I know there's a lot of, Western musical styles that also have Arabic, it's not maqams, but
Yeah,
like for example, there are some Spanish classical songs that have Phrygian. Phrygian
yeah,
also can be taken from Arabic.
exactly.
So, did you find it, after a while of learning all of these techniques, easy to get into a new kind of, country's music, or is it still a learning experience?
Well, each style have his own way. Like in Arabic, we use some different chords out
Yeah,
from the maqam. But like the country song, most of them I see them the same maqam, the same chords.
yeah,
In Spanish, like flamenco, we use these chords like the Arabic Khaliji. So it's similar.
yeah.
But in the other style, like bob or country or just normal chords,
Yeah, I think
everything.
country, they just have three chords, the E and the
Exactly.
G and the A.
Exactly. It's
There's
simple,
no
easy.
other chord
Yeah. It's
there.
simple, so
Yeah.
easy.
And I'm sure audiences who are not in tune with the music are like, what are they talking
Yeah.
about? So we are going to give them a break to Google what I just said, but we'll come right back after it. And we're back from that beautiful playing. That was flamenco as well?
Yeah, it's called, it's a palo. We call it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Palo is like one style from the flamenco. We call it solia.
Yeah.
Solia.
And you were talking about like how Solia is also a word taken from Arabic, outside the
Exactly.
camera. Yeah.
The Soli name from the Salat
Yeah.
name and the same maqam, from
Yeah.
the Salat. So that's why they name it
Yeah.
as
Honestly,
Soli.
it's so, from a historical standpoint, it's so amazing and kind of, heartwarming to see so much of Arabic, infused heritage and culture on Spain. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I saw one guy from Spain, professor, I think he's teaching like the culture in Spain, in Andalusia, and he said most of the flamenco is Arabic,
Yeah.
the
mashallah.
maqam,
Yeah.
so it's Arabic
Yeah.
actually.
So is there a specific song or performance or, kind of musical, moment that really stayed with you long after it ended?
Well, you know, actually, yeah, but it depends, like I like many songs in flamenco. I like from many singers from Bob and
Yeah.
like a different style. I have many like singers or guitar player.
Yeah.
Like Spain, for example, guitar player like Paco de Lucia,
Yeah.
my teacher in Macareno,
Segovia.
Segovia,
Yeah.
Vicente Amigo, Tomatito,
Yeah.
and there's some singers in Spain like Camarón de la Isla. He's the best, but I don't think anyone can sing like him in flamenco now. So in the pop, the same. I have some singers I like,
Yeah.
So each style I have someone.
Yeah.
Really.
And honestly, what's so amazing about, Spanish, if you go to Spanish, specifically Seville, who I know in Arabic called Shbilia,
Yeah,
you go to these local coffee shops and you have the most amazing guitarists playing the most amazing guitar, and they're just there chilling, right? They're just there having a good time. They're not even famous, they're not even doing it for the money. It's such a chill atmosphere there.
exactly. That's that's normal. But these things mostly you see it in Andalusia. Like I
Yeah.
said, Sevilla is a part of Andalusia.
Yeah.
When you go to Madrid, there's many people play, the guitar, but not like Andalusia.
Yeah.
That's why, you see the most famous guitar player, they are from Andalusia, from Sevilla, Cordoba, Granada,
Yeah.
Malaga,
Yeah.
like that.
Which is amazing,
So this
right?
is, yeah, exactly. This is their style life, They
Yeah.
try to be happy, play the music, sing, and
Yeah, and honestly, it's like we're ambassadors for Spain for how much we're talking about it, but just because the guitar is so connected to Spain, right? And we
yeah,
can't not be talking about it. So I do want to talk to you about something is that a lot of people might not, realize is that what is the hard part about playing the guitar? Because they see the flashy bits, but they don't know what's so hidden about it.
well, to study to play the guitar, I can say not only in the flamenco, many styles, you have to practice. You need to wait time.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy instrument to play it. Especially with the flamenco, you have many techniques to play because you play with your hand,
Yeah.
not a big. So you have to wait. It's like a study, like a levels, like when
Yeah.
you go to high school and then to university, and then so it's like that in music.
And it's also what's even more, I would say more amazing and more admirable, especially in your position for how good you are, is that this style of playing is not being taught all over the place here locally. So it's very hard to get this good. So, honestly, the audiences don't realize how good you are.
Okay,
You are way more than good. We are way better
thank you,
at,
thank you.
it's so
Well,
great.
well, actually, yeah. As I said, if you want to learn this, instrument or style, you need to find someone have a knowledge about the instrument,
Yeah.
so he can teach you, show you the way, to play it. So, as I said, I had some students before I teach them, and I saw some good students. Really, they keep practicing and they be better and better. So they have some flamenco guitars I bought for them and I
Yeah.
find for them. So
And it must be feeling really amazing when you spend so much time with the students, and then one day they surprise you with how good they are.
exactly, you have to be nice and kind. You have to share your knowledge with the people,
Yeah.
because some people need help, and these people that the student, when you have like maybe like they are the new generation, they don't have more experience.
Yeah.
So it's normal, to help them and give them.
Yeah, and honestly, for some reason, kids, when they're learning instruments, because maybe their fingers, I forgot what I read about it, but it's scientifically because their fingers are not as, rigid as when they are older, so they pick up the instruments much faster.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
in Spain, you see many kids, like many guitar players famous in Spain, like Paco de Lucia, for example.
Yeah.
He used to play guitar when he had 15 years old. And I saw his movie, and he say, I tried to play hard for my family. And then, later he be famous, and all the people, all the world, they know him,
Yeah.
But yeah, he started when he was a young, even the singers there, they start when they was really young.
Yeah. But honestly, even saying that, that's not to discourage anyone from starting late, because I know there's a very famous classical guitarist whose
Yeah.
name is Tariq Harb.
Tariq Harb,
Yeah. He was actually,
He live in Canada, I think so.
he's living in Canada, I think.
Yeah.
He was actually an engineer or something, but he had a background in violin. But then he picked up the guitar in his 20s, and now he's one of the most famous classical guitarists.
Exactly.
So it's never too late to start.
Yeah, it's never too late. But you have to love the instrument.
Yeah.
Because I have this thing, like many students, they ask me, or some people, they say, which instrument I should play? Oud, like violin, piano, guitar. So I always ask them, I told them, what do you like exactly?
Yeah.
For example, I love many instruments. I love the violin, the cello, but like to play, I play the guitar,
Yeah.
So that's so important.
Yeah. And honestly, you are kind, but I'm just gonna outright say it. If you know how to play the guitar, you're gonna know how to play oud, because it is a much simpler instrument. Yeah.
That's true. I have some of my friends, they play oud, but they can't play the guitar.
Yeah.
But when you play the guitar and you go to the oud, you can play it. Like I think because the oud strings is not really hard, it's soft.
And it's also a short fretboard.
Short, and the fret, like, is so short, but the guitar like devil.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's harder to play.
But there's a very, I wouldn't say famous internationally, but famous locally, let's say Turkish classical guitarist.
Yeah.
But he has a very special guitar where instead of full fretboards, he made them half or quarters. So now it sounds like the oud. So he plays the guitar like it's a oud.
Exactly. There, in like
microboarding, something like that called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I saw many luthers makers in Turkish people there.
Yeah.
So they make this kind of the guitar without fret. We call it fretless, without frets. But you can't play chords with it. Only you can play the solo.
Oh yeah.
So you have to, maybe you can have two guitars, like a guitar with the chords, and the other one you can play only the solo like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah. And Turkish music is also very great, and I only mentioned Turkish because I do want to put you on the spot, because you are, you play many different musical genres. So I'm just gonna ask you, what was your most favorite one to practice and play?
For the guitar.
For the guitar, yeah.
Well, like I say, for example, if I say like the flamenco, I like to play like music for Paco de Lucia, Patient Amigo, Tomatito. And my teacher and Macarino. There's many great Sabicas, Ricardo. If I go, for example, to the bossa nova style, there's one guy named Antonio Jobin, I think, something like that. He play amazing bossa nova. He's one of the best. So, the classical music the same.
Yeah.
I have to go and hear which one is really good. So I have to try their music.
Yeah. Because I got into guitar, I'm nowhere near as good. I'm not claiming to be. I got into the guitar late. I was 28 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 33 years now. But I made one grave mistake. And the first year after I got through the techniques, I tried to learning Asturias. Yeah, and then that set me back maybe 10 years back. So if I have one advice to give to beginners, is pick easy guitar songs.
Well, I can say just one advice, because this happened for me actually. When I tried to play the guitar the first time, the first music I like it is called romance or romanza.
Spanish romance?
Exactly. It's this classical music.
Yeah.
Because it have the arpeggio technique.
Yeah.
So I tried to play this only one piece of music like 1 year. I go to my PC and I put the tab and I try to play it. It's not bad, but I can say, like, for example, if a teacher see a student, he want to play one music, he really love it, you should love the music first, what you want to play. Because if the teacher told you don't play that and play another music, I don't think it's good. So it's your choice,
Yeah.
You just have to keep working, and you can see the progress in little time.
Yeah.
And in the end, you can't talk about yourself and say, oh, I played good. The people, when they see you, they are the judge. They say,
Yeah.
oh, you play better than before, you know.
Yeah, that always
So
catches me by surprise. That I keep telling my friends that when I'm by myself, I'm practicing, I sound like, the greats. But then when I record it and I play in front of my friends, like all
yeah,
these problems, like what is happening? But it's just because your mind gets so used to the sound, you're not catching the little faults.
exactly. And
Yeah.
and there's the other thing. Someone advised me before when I play the guitar. He told me put a mirror in front of you.
Oh,
So it's gonna give me more trust of myself when I play and see myself.
yeah.
Because sometimes when you play alone, it's okay, but when you play in front of the people, you get confused,
Yeah.
You say, oh, how I look, do I play good? Maybe it's wrong. So that helps.
Yeah. And now for my final question before we wrap this episode,
Sure.
if you have, your dream project, your dream song, your dream, genre or musical thing, what is it gonna be?
Well, I can say my dream, like I'm trying to work on my album for the
Yeah.
flamenco. It's gonna be maybe the first album I'm gonna release it in Middle East, but I'm searching for idea for new ideas and things to make it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my dream to make it
Yeah.
for the guitar.
But now I will put you on the spot one more time,
Sure.
but for the last time, because we're going to be taking a very quick break
Sure.
to get you set up so you can play for us
Sure.
one last time on the Untold for
Sure.
today's episode.
Sure, of course.